By my count, I think this makes three straight Twinsky edition Riley Friday. Is it four straight?
Four straight. We should hit him with the LeBron. Not
Not
one,
one,
not
not
two,
two,
not
not
three,
three.
four.
Four back to back to back to back Twinsky edition episodes of Riley Friday. Riley, how are you doing? Give everybody a little insight here. We were going to do our normal recording time. I hit up Riley and I said, "Could I interest you in a night record?" And he said, "Carter, yes, I can. Here are the times I can do it." And I said, "Riley, I'll meet you there." Riley, thank you for joining me. How was your hump day? How was your Wednesday? Let me get a recap.
Yeah, it was good. So this is the first week of school at UNC. Those who don't know, my day job is in campus ministry. So I've been on campus a ton this week, met a bunch of new students. I got recognized, got stopped by a senior at UNC who said Sleepers is my favorite
Let's
podcast.
go.
He said, I love your takes. I said, awesome, man. Like, what's your name? I don't know if he wants me to dox him or whatever. He told me his name. I said, great to meet you. I'm Riley. He goes, I know. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really friendly kid. So that was special. Today, Carter, I took two long walks though in between my campus time with Scooby, managed to get into the gym as well. And there are days where this happens where I'm just like ravenous all day. I got to tell you my late night snack of choice, and I want to hear on a scale of one to Tristan Freeman where it ranks.
I feel like I can guess it, to be honest with you. You threw out a Tristan on there. Is it someone that's in the household?
It was in the household. It was leftovers, but it was spiced up a la Tristan.
What was it?
We had some roasted potatoes left over from the other night, just like your typical wedge potatoes, seasoned red russet, I believe, if you want the specifics.
Special.
And found those, took out a bag of shredded cheddar. Did not go Kraft singles, but I saw the shredded cheddar, sprinkled it on, threw it in the microwave for the first round. Realized I had some bacon bits, took it out, sprinkled the bacon bits on top, put it back in. Realized I had some scallions. That's where I don't know if Tristan eats anything green, but threw a little scallions on top. It was an elite late night snack before we hit record on this. So I'm feeling good, man. Vibes are high. It's been a busy week for me work wise, but it's always a joy to be on here. But I did have to ask that question. How would you rank that late night snack on a scale of one to Tristan?
Honestly, well, I first of all, Tristan would have went with the processed craft single. Also, there, I feel like Tristan's microwave stops working after a certain time, and like it just doesn't come on. The light doesn't come on, and it can't work. That sounds incredible what you made. I think you sold yourself short though a little bit, Riley. I would have went with a little. Are you a yogurt guy?
I am. Yeah, we always have Greek yogurt in the
You
house.
should have went with a little Greek yogurt on top. If you had the plain one because it's kind of a little sour cream taste
Yep.
on it, that
Yep.
would have really set it off.
We're big in using Greek yogurt as a sour cream substitute in our household. I feel like that's a vegetarian wife, or excuse me, vegan. I don't mean to sell Meg short, but yeah, I'm not surprised that maybe our wives are secretly Twinskies in disguise because we
I've
do the
al-
same
I've
thing.
always had I've always had a theory that the wives of Sleepers Media have a separate group chat and that's somehow formulated. Honestly, not in probably like a Facebook group or something like or WhatsApp group, and they secretly attack us on there or like, oh my God, you see what Carter we're on today's episode? That's embarrassing. I would never let him wear that. One day I will find out and I will make it true. You got me in my nostalgia bag now. Y'all don't have TGI Fridays down there, do y'all?
We do, yeah. They're few and far between, but we still have them in North
See,
Carolina.
I feel like back in the day, a good potato skin
Yes.
appetizer,
Oh
it,
my
it's kind of a
God.
lost art though.
This was like where my mind went as I found the bacon bits. I was like, this is literally like the potato skins. We used to always growing up, anytime it was like once a quarter, my mom would pick up the frozen potato skins, the TGI Fridays brand.
Hmm.
Always a great day when she would come home with those.
Man, those always hit. Now I want potatoes. You know what? Let me go ahead and get to the YouTube comment before I actually find a way to make myself some potatoes. But Riley, that's a great choice, my friend. Don't you ever be sad that you whipped up some potatoes of that magnitude. Let's see what we got today from the YouTube channel.
While you're finding that, speaking of potatoes, make sure you watch the Richie Saunders interview if you haven't already.
You're so special, man. You are so special. I literally can't even begin to put in words how special you are. And shout out to that kid that stopped you on the quad too, by the way. If it gets to it and like Luka Bogovic is like a first team All American, and like UNC really takes off this year, we'll find a way to get you some security. I can't be letting you walk around the quad and someone, you know what I'm saying, just comes out of nowhere and throws a tomato at you or something. Because I feel like it's bound to happen. Not everyone can be a Riley fan, right?
It's true. It's true. I know I got haters out there in terms of the Terrence L. Spains of the world and the one
Shout out to my guy Terrence, man.
Terrence, he's a loyal listener. I got to give him his due, but man, sometimes I'm like, I got, I get Duke fans that say I'm too much of a homer. I have UNC fans that say I'm not a real fan. I like living in the middle. I think the middle is often a good place to be. How's that for some life philosophy?
Hey, I like that. I like it a lot. I do. I truly do. Hey, I feel the same thing with Michigan State fans all the time. So, you know what? A lot of positivity going on here. Let's read a negative comment. Someone's actually two negative comments, both revolving around changing the name of our podcast, too, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, one says you should change the name of your show from Sleepers to Clueless. It's not very nice. You ever seen the movie Clueless?
No, I don't think I have actually.
Good film. Very good film.
I think my sister loved it growing up, but it is definitely on in the background at some point, but never really locked in.
Yeah, it was classic Big Brother moment. So I ain't watching that. And I was like,
Yep,
wait a
yep.
minute, what they doing? Hold on, let me go and tap in. And then the other person said, y'all should change your name to Slobbers Media.
Sl- Okay, at least slobbers kind of sound similar to sleepers.
Yeah,
Clueless to me is like if you could have found a way to say y'all are stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, and end it with like a purrs, like
yeah.
slob or a burrs if we want to go with the
Mhm.
slobbers one, then yeah, you'd have my respect a little bit. Slobbers at least is like mildly creative.
Yeah, it's also a little bit funny. I chuckled at that one a little bit. And before I do get to the Discord, that gives me a good segue to this, Riley. What's your sleep vice? I feel like everyone has something that they do when they sleep that your partner doesn't like, that you don't like. What is it? Do you are you a cover hog? Do you stir in the middle of the night? Do you take up the whole bed? What is it that you do?
I wake up a lot in the middle of the night. That's probably like, and sometimes I'm like, I early on. Oh, actually, I got a couple stories for you. This was like from my college days. My one of my best friends from Carolina woke me up for it was something like fraternity related, where he woke me up at 6 in the morning for something, and I struck him with an open palm, like just right to the chest. There's another time after I graduated, I was back in Chapel Hill. I was visiting Natalie. She was living in Chapel Hill at the time. He was still a student. I stayed at his house, slept on his futon. He got in much later than I did. And like as soon as he walked into the room, I'm on the futon. I'm half awake, or I guess half asleep. And I started beating him with a pillow. I was always afraid, like when Natalie and I got married, that there was going to be a time where I'd wake up in the middle of the night or she would wake me up or something, and that there would be some sort of altercation. But thankfully, that has never happened. I have left my like ultimate sleeping vice of like aggressiveness in the past.
Wow, good on you. Also kind of scary because that's semi my advice. I have it's such a negative connotation about it, but my wife calls them night terrors. Like
Hmm.
I'll think something's in the room. I'll think somebody's on me. I'll think I need to save somebody in the family, and I'll wake up and I get active. You know what I'm saying? Like I go into fight or flight mode. I stand up. I'm like, "What's up?" Get out the room. Wife wakes up talking about no one's even there. What are you doing? I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of tough." I also can't sleep on my back or I snore, which is bad. And
Do
then
you wake up to pee a lot? I know
you
yeah, that's my issue
you know I do. You
for
know I
my
do.
entire life. It's plagued me. So you're not alone in that struggle. Um, Tell me what you know about them night terrors every night. Shout out to Kid Cudi, 2007. Yeah, we see you. We acknowledge you. We're with you.
See, Greg is gonna hate this banner, but I don't care whatsoever. Let's go to the Discord comments. Please join the Discord. Discord is 9.99 a month. Join in the link in the description of our Twitter page. One thing I'll say as an advocate for the Discord right now is it's literally like it's not something you got to commit to, right? Like I highly recommend you check it out. If you don't like it, like you're out $10. I know I'm not over here trying to diminish money or anything like that, but it's literally $10. You don't like it, you can head out. I truly think that it's a cool place to be. I feel like we do keep a good amount of people who get in there. And I do know people that reach out to us and are like, how can we support Sleepers Media outside of like watching the videos and doing something? This is one of the avenues to do so. So I highly recommend doing so. And by being a part of it, you get to get your comments read every single day on the show. We will start today with Coy, who says, pick the winners of each of the Power Four football conferences. We'll start with the Big Ten.
Ooh, Penn State.
You think James Franklin's actually going to do it, huh?
I want it to happen. I think this team is still really good, even though they lost Abdul Carter. I know that it's a little bit of do you trust the devil that you know and Drew Aller more than the devil that you don't, with the question marks at quarterback for other big name schools like Ohio State, Oregon, both breaking in new starters. But I want to believe, man, they got to get over the hump at some point, right? Like this has been such a good program that maybe college football just feels different than college basketball in the sense that, like, yeah, there are straight up coaches and programs that just never get over the hump. But I want to believe it's different, so I'll go Penn State.
Yeah, I feel like if they do get over, like this will be the year for them to get over the hump, right? Like Ohio State new quarterback, Oregon new quarterback, like some Michigan new quarterback. So it's like there's
Mhm.
some very much moving parts. I have been hurt by James Franklin before. I won't let him hurt me anymore. I'm just gonna pick Ohio State. I'm gonna be soft here. I just think they get it done. I think Sagan's good enough, and the rest of the team's good. And Ryan Day just owns this conference. It is what it
Yeah.
is. As long as Harbaugh's not here, and he's not. So, SEC.
You know what?
Are we going with our horns?
Yeah, we got to go horns up. My guy Ty is tempting me at Alabama with Ryan Williams sophomore year and Caleb DeBoer silencing the haters, but I can't go against Arch.
I kind of would like a little Bama silence year here, but I'm gonna go with Texas on this one. ACC.
North Carolina, not even listed in Coy's contenders.
You don't care.
I don't care. I want give me some blind optimism. Who do you go with the ACC?
You know what? I'm gonna be preying on Cade Klubnik's downfall all year, and I'm just gonna go ahead and rock with Pat Kelsey and them. L's up. Why not? Give me Louisville. I don't care. Their running back's nasty. At least he is on the video game, so I'm assuming he is in real life.
I mean, Brome is a great coach, so it would not surprise me at all if like Clemson buys into the hype a little bit too much. Dabo used all of his luck and like his Renaissance juju last year in Louisville, just sneaks in and wins the league.
I will say this. I am a hater at heart. It is objectively, I don't even know if that's the right word. It is just fun watching certain people crash out. And Dabo Sweeney is one of those coaches that it's just enjoyable when things aren't going well for him because he just gives you all types of heat. We will have shorts for days if Clemson football is bad based on what Dabo Sweeney is saying. So, last but not least, the Big 12.
Okay, I want to hear your pitch for Texas Tech. I know that you have been a guns up Red Raiders guy. And the Big 12 is probably the league I'm the least tapped in terms of football stuff this year. So, I mean, part of me just wants to say, screw it. Let's go with my guy, Bear Bachmeyer, but he's also a true freshman. And maybe is it like BYU can't have that good of luck to be great at both football and basketball. So I want to hear the pitch for Texas Tech.
So my pitch took a massive hit. They lost their starting running back to a knee injury this past week. Joyner, who transferred in from USC, I believe it was. Uh, I was in on them because of they had that. They had the returning quarterback as well, I believe, and also they spent like just hella money in the portal. Like they went
Mhm.
and got all these guys in the portal. So I was just gonna kind of support the big guns of the conference. I still think I'll go Texas Tech. If not, I would probably lean Arizona State. I just think Levitt's a guy and he can be special.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like their coach too. So. I think I'll stick with Texas Tech, even though I don't feel as good as I did a week ago.
It's not as sexy as Texas Tech, but I'll go with the safe bet with Arizona State quarterback coach combo. So
Yeah, good one. Fun team. All right. Insidium, I believe it. That's what it's pronounced as. Sorry if that's wrong. Along the lines of discussing Purdue point averages this next season that others have mentioned, I broke down the scoring averages of the last two seasons and the projection for 2025 in a post in the Purdue chat. Looking at the data, it seems like the biggest difference without Edie that affected scoring points per game was the reduced number of free throws that resulted in less points per game last season. If we saw an increase in points per game this season, where would the improvement come from, do you think, to result in more?
Cart, this is a massive KYP moment. As soon as I saw data, was there a data thrown in there? Or
Yes.
maybe it's just that I broke down. Yeah, there is a data. I this is not a question for me, but Omar Meyer, nice with it for real, for real. That's what you get from me and
Yeah,
Cindy.
yeah, they are. So I actually, Insidium, I am looking at the projections that you have here, and I get the point that you are making. Um, the thing for me is that when you have a team that is good or is high scoring, right? The high scoring teams aren't necessarily the number one offense. Like that's obvious. I'm not trying to like act like I'm just creating some type of like, oh, blow your mind narrative. I'm just saying like Alabama averaged 90 points a game last year. Alabama was not the number one team in the country in offense, right? I think that Purdue's going to be a team that's going to be up there in points per possession, right? Triple P. They'll be up there 100%. And I do think that free throws do play a part in being able to have your points per game up because, you look at Bama's so many threes, dunks, free throw line. You're scoring points while the clock is stopped. It's an easy way to get your points per game up. Um, the whole 97 points a game thing is just diabolical for my guy Raphael, and I appreciate him and I love him, but it's a wild statement. Um, and it's just not going to happen. But I do appreciate your data work, Insidium, and I wish I could give it the proper response, but that's just what I'll go with on this one. But I thank you for giving me that data. T. Steffi, hey guys, create a starting five of college basketball heroes and a starting five of college basketball villains in college basketball history. Who wins?
Can we just do this year? Well, maybe we can talk historical after we do this year because I have a couple good villains for this year that I think are being a little slept on.
Okay, give me your villains.
So there are two Ole Miss players I for sure want on the villain team with AJ Storr and Nico Bundalo.
That's definitely good. Is it Ole Miss's basketball team?
Yeah, that just might be the villains this year. I think Neoclis Avdilas for Virginia Tech. I think he's got a little fire to him.
Yeah.
He might be a villain. Those are the
Kirk Crease is still in college
Oh,
basketball.
Kirk Kriisa, and I want my starting backcourt for this year's villains to be Neoclis and Kirk Kriisa. Give me AJ Storr on the wing, Nico at the five. So we just need a four man.
Who do we want? Honestly, for villains, why don't we go? Let's go.
Cannon Catchings.
Or we could go Merez.
Ooh,
Like Merez.
Morez at the four, Cannon Catchings six man.
Yeah,
Our villains.
that's a villains. All right, who's our hero team?
Braden, Xavier Lee backcourt. Plays the game the right
Plays the
way.
game right with first in, first out, last out.
Cares about academics. Went from Princeton, Florida Public Ivy.
Public Ivy. Public Ivy, if you didn't know. Oh, that'd be the ultimate backcourt. Who's our? Why do I feel like Caravan's a hero?
Caravan's got to be a hero. Yeah.
Caravan's got to be a
He's
hero.
loyal, been there 5 years.
Yeah. Who's at the four? It might be TKR. Actually, no, is TKR a villain? I don't even know.
I mean, maybe all the the Purdue detractors would definitely say he's a foul baiter, wouldn't they? Or gets a friendly whistle.
True. Honestly, Oscar Clough's the five. He just seems like a likable, I got an Australian accent type dude. For real. Oi, oi,
Yeah,
oi,
I'm good with
oi,
Clough at
oi.
the five.
Um,
Is
who's
there
our
any other like hero who's like active in the community model citizen type?
who's active in the community, model citizen?
Like is Cohen Carr like that? He kind of seems like he could have those vibes.
Let's put Colin Carr there. And he can dunk. He can
Yeah,
dunk. He
yeah.
can dunk a lot. That's
So so wait, who did we say so the heroes would be Braden, Xavier, and
Braden,
Cohen.
Xavier Lee, Colin Carr, Caravan, Oscar Clough,
Do we want it? We need a six man. We gave the villains a six man.
Gabe Cupps.
All right, that's fine with me. How about historically?
I mean,
I think can I hype my rivalry up a little bit?
go
You probably
ahead.
could put Hansbrough and Reddick both on the villains team.
They're definitely on the villains team. Marshall Henderson is on the villains
Yes, he's
team.
for sure got to be a
So
villain.
our backcourt is Henderson and Reddick. And then who's a small forward villain?
Can we have Carson Edwards as the six man for the villains?
Of course we can.
I want Carson Edwards on there.
He was. Can I do a deep cut here for my three-man villain?
Please do.
Anthony Early.
Oh, yes, I love that. Great shout. Great pull.
Anthony Early at the four. At the five, we have Dane Danger. Don't care. Even though he's my hero, he's everyone else's villain.
Oh, then we have Hansbrough at the four.
Oh yeah, perfect. All right, who's our all-time heroes? Um, Aaron Kraft, Braden Smith again. No, we're gonna go Aaron Kraft. We're gonna go
Obi Toppin
Obi
or Luka Garza.
Toppin.
I want one of Obi Toppin or Luka Garza there from like to give them the respect for their National Player of the Year
Make
campaign.
that the 4-5, and
Okay.
then I want to go Cassius Winston and Aaron Kraft backcourt,
Hmm.
and that is my three for hero. I feel like we gotta go like Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward feels right. I'm trying. Yeah, let's go with Hayward. I mean, you got the Cinderella run to back it up. You had America behind you.
Yeah, I
So
feel that. Or Coleman Hawkins, either one you could pick. Moving on here. Greg Waddell says, for Carter, which member of the Beatles does Riley most resemble? It's gonna be tough for me. I don't know what any of the Beatles members look like, and I also don't know if I know all the members. I'm gonna say, was Paul McCartney a Beatle?
he was,
He
yes.
was blonde though. I'm gonna go with Ringo Starr because he has dark hair, right?
Maybe Paul McCartney had dark hair. I like share your distaste for the Beatles. I just want that to be clear.
I need to bring up a Beatles members photo. I'll tell you. Oh, you're John Lennon.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're for sure John Lennon.
I appreciate that. That feels like a compliment, even though, yeah, I'm not a Beatles guy either. But yeah, Lennon definitely the best Beatle.
Yeah,
So
he's serving looks on here too in the picture that I'm seeing. So I like that a lot. All right. And for Riley, which biblical figure does Carter most resemble?
this is from Greg also.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any who are tall who seem like they could hoop. I will give you I will give you the Apostle Peter because he was really loyal to Jesus until he wasn't when he denied him 3 times, but then he came back to being loyal, and I think you're a loyal guy. And uh there's actually a gospel account where when Jesus rose from the dead, John, the apostle John and the apostle Peter raced the tomb, and John adds the note that John was the first to the tomb. And in this sense, I want to be John because I think I'm the fastest member of Sleepers.
Okay, I can rock with that. Also, it seems like respectfully, the apostle was getting fits off. I'm rocking with Pete. I'm rocking with Peter. I like this.
Pete's a good one for sure.
I like that. Thank you, Riley. That means something to me, man. Whether you
Jesus, okay, I'll give you this one too. Jesus also gave him the nickname Cephas, which means rock, and like Cart, you're a foundational piece to Sleepers.
come on now, Riley. Man, this is great. I love this. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see. Moving on here. D Crump says, can you pick the all-time starting five for each Duke, UNC, Michigan State, and Michigan, then do a final four and pick the winner?
Does this feel like a topic for when it's the three of us on?
Yeah, cause I want to involve Greg, I think, on that one for the Michigan. We'll get a Twinsky episode next week and we'll make it happen, D Crumb. Don't worry, I won't forget about you. I will actually I got my little notebook over here and I'm making a D Crump note for that, and I will make sure that we do that next week. Jay Hart says, what is your go-to cocktail order? Not including alcohol plus mixer drinks, so no Jack and Coke.
So like straight, I mean, like straight up, it has to be like a formal cocktail.
I'm guessing like off the cocktail menu, I'm guessing.
I'm not a big cocktail guy in general. I do enjoy an occasional old fashioned and an occasional margarita.
Okay, so that's always a good choice. I switch up. Like I switch up from time to time. Um, I don't usually something tequila forward. So I enjoy a good Paloma. Palomas are always good.
I do really like
Spicy.
Moscow mules or like
Yeah,
a tequila mule.
Moscow mules are all those are undefeated. Those can't be beat. Moscow mules with pineapple juice added. Shout out to my guy Jeff Borzello put me on those. Those are incredible. Yeah, or just I love a good spicy margarita with tahini on the rim. Sign
Mhm.
me up for that immediately. Let's see. Cart, I know you've seen the AJ DeBonta Achilles speculation thoughts. What?
Who's that from?
Sleeve Nash?
Huh.
Have you seen anything about that?
I have not, no.
Sleeve, if you're making that up, that's gonna get you barred from the Discord, my friend. Don't you do that. Every sleeper says, thank you for the welcome and happy Riley Friday. Riley, what's your go-to Bible verse? Also, my wife and I are looking for a new church. Any advice?
Yeah, okay, great question. So I'll give you a whole chapter. Psalm 103, I love. I love the Psalms in general. Psalm 5 is another one. Um, for me with churches, what I've found that I've benefited the most is like honestly going to church with my friends. And someone once explained this really simply to me is like go worship with the people who you get along with, who you're already like in community with, and figure out how to live out kingdom values together. And so that's a big pull for me. Like, I mean, I can't remember if it's ever been discussed before, but like my dad is a pastor, really good writer, really good speaker, and I think like he's truly a brilliant public speaker. And it's been tough for me to ever find a pastor who I'm like, really good speaker because I feel like I have a high standard with that. But as I've gotten older, I've cared less about like how good of an orator the pastor up front is, as long as like honestly I get along with him and think he's I can connect with him over theological views, things like that. But I found more so it's like the people who I go to church with who are like encouraging me and I can encourage them. That's helped a ton.
Respect that. What's your go-to Bible verse?
It's Psalm 103, either Psalm 103 or Psalm 5, probably two
Okay,
of my favorites.
glad. Also, I'm not meaning to make jokes about this at all, Riley, but I didn't know that your dad was a pastor. I knew he's a writer, but I didn't know he was a
Mhm.
pastor.
Yeah.
I'm picturing you in the back of church, and you're like, man, talk about is washing this dude. Like if you go to a new church, you're like, no, no, talk about is putting this dude in putting this dude in the congregation, whatever word you want to use.
So this is a little peek behind the curtains. Growing up, my sister was super embarrassed to have a dad that was a pastor. She never wanted to talk about it. I was cool with it. I would say, like, in terms of my faith, though, like I definitely knew all the right answers growing up. I went to Christian school and everything, but didn't really get serious with my faith until I got to college. And since working in ministry, I'm like definitely a little more reserved with talking about my dad being a pastor, just because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you just went into the family business," essentially, where it's like, I have my own journey with faith and everything, and that led me to working in ministry. But yeah, that's just like the broad overview of it. So yeah.
I see it. You know what? I love learning new things on this show. I truly do. Let's see what we got here. Vinay says, Happy Riley Friday. Currently moving in for junior year while watching the show. I've seen a youngins in the Discord, some of who are going to college for the first time this year. What's your best piece of advice to them?
Uh, don't close yourself off to various friend groups. Like I think college, there's so many different backgrounds, different worldviews, different beliefs represented. And it's like kind of the one time in your life where you have this much accessibility to all sorts of different friends. And that's something I wish that I had branched out with my friend groups a little bit more when I was in college.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheesy, corny answer, but it truly is like doing like the branching out thing. Like even as I went to college and I was on the basketball team, and it's so easy just to like kick with the basketball team all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I found myself enjoying my college experience the most when I would legit like when I had time or in between class, I would just like go to the quad and like walk around and like I would see someone doing something, I'd be like, "What's up?" Like, or y'all throwing a frisbee, let me throw a frisbee. Or I didn't just go to this one frat. I went to a bunch of frats. I was just
Mhm.
meeting new people. I went to other sporting events. I was going to the soccer games. I was going to swim meets. I was hitting the equestrian like place to go see that. That was pretty dope. I was just doing everything. Like 'cause you have all this opportunity and space to meet new people and do new things. And like you don't realize it in the moment, but once you get in Riley and I's shoes, you realize what a time college is. Like you
Yeah.
don't get that back. There's nothing like it. You enjoy that time there because there's nothing like it. Not saying you can't enjoy life afterwards, but college is very singular in
Hmm.
how much fun it is, basically. So enjoy that. Don't get too stressed about it. Let's see what we got here. We have a Malik Perry flurry to finish us out today, and it is a flurry, let me tell you. When's the next time DK is going to be on the show? It's been a while. You know what? It has been a while. I am gonna have to get DK on here soon. DK actually just relocated, not to like docs, but he moved. He moved, and he also had another kid as well. So he's living the father life. But yeah, we need to get DK back on. I know he kind of like moved away from Spartan hoops a little bit, but he's still doing the college basketball thing. We got to get my guy on because he used to be on a lot of episodes for us. So got to be our
Nothing like a
Michigan
good
State guy.
nothing like a good 3 hour Big Ten projection episode with DK.
Man, those episodes went so long, man. Every single time, it never ever failed. Malik says, Carter, how do you confuse Linkin Park with Three Doors Down and the song Ain't Superman? It's Kryptonite. I'm sorry, Malik. It's just who I am. I apologize. Great song though. Am I crazy?
Crazy, and
Never
when
used
you
to
still
call
call
me
me
Superman.
Superman.
It's a
Yeah, Lincoln.
banger.
It is, but Lincoln Park definitely has held up a lot better. I think they make a lot better music than Three Doors Down.
That's the
But it's
encore with Jay-Z, right?
yes, correct.
What's Linkin Park's other banger?
Numb is the big one in the
No.
end. Yeah.
Oh,
So
is that the in the end, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, yeah, I don't know why.
Mhm.
I picture that's Eli's alarm. I'm sorry, Eli. I hope he doesn't listen to this, but I'm gonna send it to him. I don't care. Malik says TKR ain't on the UNC legend level. Sorry to say. The one was an all-star and the other is a starter. I don't like UNC, but I do respect players. Tell who better, Riley. I know you saw the TKR Tyler Hansbrough discussion taking
Yeah,
place in the timeline.
we did a short on it. Just go watch that short if you want my full
We did.
thoughts.
You know what? That's one thing I don't. That's the worst part of podcasting so much and every time. Sometimes I feel like I do forget, like when we do segments or talk about things, just because
I'm
I'm
with you.
literally just talking all the time.
Hmm.
People gotta, if you're a hater of Carter Elliott, this has to be the worst platform because I am on here every day in some shape or fashion, and that's gotta hurt people. Um, let's see here. Malik Perry says, "What is Gilbert Arenas doing running a casino out of his home? Agent Zero thinks he's James Bond. Do better."
That's actually kind of a bar from
That,
Malik,
that is
though.
a bar. Follow the law is what I'll say. Malik Perry says, "Carter, what the hell would you do in Snowfall? You wouldn't last 2 episodes. What show would you choose? Greg Riley, choose Hey Arnold, not the best pick either."
Yeah, I panicked. I also panicked when someone asked us last week what our like equivalent to a Taylor Swift interview would be. I said Drewski. I was totally pandering to our younger audience. My honest answer is like Steve Carell. I just didn't want to get made fun of. So,
Hey,
maybe I'll just
Riley, you be yourself here, man.
thank you. Thank you. Maybe I'll just go off of that and say like I think I would fit in perfectly well at Dunder Mifflin and being the office.
I can see that too. I think Malik's insulting me, but I can't tell because his grammar's bad. So, uh, I like the show Snowfall. It's very fire. I highly recommend if you haven't watched Snowfall. Great, great television show. So make sure you tap into that. Uh, I don't think I would last in that show though, Malik, because I would make a really bad drug dealer and drug kingpin. That's for sure. Uh. Malik Perry says again, this is for Hurt Cinetti, Indiana's head coach. I know how to spell his name, even though he spelled it Signat Hurt Signotti, Indiana's head coach. I know how to spell his name. He wants to be an SEC team. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, LSU, Auburn, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Texas A&M. These are the well-known football programs. If I'm not wrong, where does Indiana and Sig compare to these programs? He had 1 year and he's talking like he was running with the big dogs. Sit your butt down.
Where are you at on Fernando Mendoza?
I'm not a I'm not a Mendoza guy. Like Greg was hyping him up to me earlier, like he's gonna be like a first round NFL draft pick, and I'm like, well, what?
I saw a mock. It might have been a Bleacher Report draft that had him as a mock for a first rounder in 2026. But yeah, I kind of have the same thought where I'm like, I think he's good. I don't know if he's great. Like he'll probably do well in Cignetti's system. I'm sure he'll put up decent numbers, and Indiana will probably win some big games or just win a lot of games in general. But yeah, I don't know if he's like this game breaking talent that's going to get Indiana over the top.
Right. I feel the same way. I'm willing to respect what Kirsten did in year one. I am interested to see what the follow up act looks like. That's kind of how I'll put it.
Mhm.
Last two here from Malik. Time for Carter's favorite sport. That's right, baseball. Let's clap your hands for Pete Alonso, the amazing blue, and that's the Mets, Carter. He's now our leading home run leader, but he can't compare to Darryl Strawberry, David Wright, and my man Mike Piazza, the pizza man. I was a big time David Wright and Mike Piazza fan for what it's worth.
I liked Mike Piazza as well. Malik being a Mets fan, the Mets have a sneakily huge fan base. I feel like I meet
I
random Mets
I am
fans all
so
the
out of the
time.
loop and misunderstood. Like I have no clue who, what, where, when, or why Malik is, how he ticks, what he goes, and it is terrifying. It truly is. But I appreciate it for being a part of the Discord community. It would fall apart without him. Last but not least, any fun weekend plans? End of flurry.
We'll probably go to a park on Saturday. That's like the big thing right now, but I really want to get like a banh mi. I'm just craving some Vietnamese food, so that's definitely on the dock at some point this weekend.
See, I had no clue what that was. So you said Vietnamese food.
Really? You never had a banh mi?
No, I thought that was we got this place in Detroit. It's called Bon Bon, and it's a chocolate place. I know
Mm.
that's very popular, but no, I never had a banh mi. What's that?
It's like Vietnamese street food. It's like on a baguette with like essentially you can get it with like pork belly or other variations of pork. Then usually some sort of like pickled vegetables and cilantro on top. Put a little sriracha on it. It's so good.
Damn, that sounds fire. I'll have to tap in. Weekend plans for me. I'm hoping to hoop on Saturday. Didn't get to hoop last Saturday. That threw off my weekend. I like hooping on my Saturday morning runs. Hopefully hoop there, and then do some birthday decor work. Leon is now 11 months old. We are less than 1 month away from my dog's first birthday party, and the planning is in full swing. The wife is in absolute mode for this function. It's going to be a banger of all proportions, and the decor is going to slap. I'm very excited to show the decor off to everybody because it's special, and my wife went stupid on it.
Just
Truly.
know I am very emotionally invested in what his first birthday party theme will be, but I am not going to ask you to reveal it because I want you to be able to build it up so we can maybe see like some decor live on the show.
Yeah, I got, I'll say this. It's not very, like, I've seen the theme a good amount of times, but the way the theme's being done in this household is one that I think is a combination of all of them in one, which just makes it a complete banger in its own right. So I'm very excited for it. And also crazy as all hell that I'm gonna have a 1 year old. That is wild, wild scenes. Uh Thank you to the Discord for the Discord comments. We appreciate everyone's comments. Hope we are doing a better job of reading them all. I am putting forth effort. I hope everyone notices. I don't want flowers for that because I should be doing that anyway, but I also am doing it. So maybe a flower or two wouldn't, maybe a little dandelion wouldn't really hurt here. We are brought to you by a sponsor that we can't talk about yet, but there's a sponsor that we can talk about, and that's our Lord and Savior, Riley. A word, please.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Those are just special always.
Oh man. All right. I'm going to read this one. I'll just man, I actually don't know where I want to go today. I apologize. I'll stick with the Psalms since I've been shouting out the Psalms. So this comes from Psalm 18. It says, "As for God, his way is perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all those who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? And who is the rock except our God? It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my ways secure." I just want everybody listening to know that you do have a Lord who does love you, who cares about you, who wants to keep you secure and be your provision, and that his ways really are flawless. They are good. His designs are right, and it's not always easy to follow. It's not always easy to have faith and trust. I wrestle with that as well. It's like I'm far from perfect in those areas too, but I have learned that saying yes to the Lord has been very beneficial for me. So, sleepers, you have been awakened.
Love when my Lord secures me. I picture the Lord doing when you say that. You know, Jair Alexander or like cornerbacks in the NFL, they hit that seatbelt celebration.
Hmm.
I feel like when we're at odds, the Lord's like, "Got you."
That's
Strap him
actually
up.
that's a pretty good visual. Love that cart.
Dog, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then I did go to Catholic school for a good portion of my life, and I know my dog. I appreciate him. But let's go ahead and get to the show. Without further ado, topic number one, Mr. Davis, please.
All right, Cart, you know that recently, as we've been doing our Twinsky episodes, I have loved having different themes for Riley Fridays. The theme of this episode is going to be projections, and you can probably foreshadow, do a little guessing what some of these segments will be. This first one, though, I'm really excited about. I want to go through the major statistical categories and predict which three freshmen will lead in these categories. So
Ooh,
we're
okay.
we're only doing high major freshmen, if that wasn't clear, but we'll talk through who are going to be the top three leading scorers in the freshman class, top three leading rebounders, top three leading assist men, top three in steals, and top three in blocks, and top three in 3-point percentage.
Let's do this thing. Actually, hold on. No, I want to make sure 'cause this could be graphic worthy, so I'm definitely gonna make sure I write this down to send to our good friendly intern Areola. All right, which category do we want to do first?
All right, let's start with points.
Points. Okay. Now, Riley, there's a lot of good scores, right? But we got
Mm-hmm.
to remember here as we're doing this exercise, we're picking the top three, right?
We are, yes.
Situation matters.
Yep.
Situation matters. For that reason alone, I do think that Darren Peterson is going to have to score the most points because if he's not shooting, then Trey White and Jaden Dawson and Melvin Council are.
Yes, correct. Peterson is my number one. Pretty easy, too. Even with a combination of situation and pedigree, I think he should score north of 20 points per game. And yeah, he is my number one with a bullet.
Do we want to put do should we put a what's it called? A points per game on it, or should we just do one through three?
I think let's just go one through three.
Let's go one through. We're doing too many projections anyway. Too many. We're not a math podcast. Let's cut the
Correct.
numbers a little bit. All right. Number two,
So number
options.
oh, okay. So number two, you could go AJ DeBonsa, you could go Cam Boozer. Those are the obvious choices. I lead DeBonsa. I was thinking about this today as I was prepping this segment. I envision this. This goes back to another short we did last week, breaking down some AJ DeBonsa clips that the BYU socials page posted. I think there's a world where he still gets to 20 points per game. Like maybe Rob Wright is still in that 11 to 12 points per game mold, and you have Saunders scoring 16. Like that seems more than sustainable, especially like we just saw Kevin Young coach a top 10 offense his first year his first year on the job. I like this year's pieces better. I think they should be top five in that category. I think having two guys over 16 a game and one of them hitting 20 should be more than possible to where I'm more than open to considering DeBonsa. Boozer will definitely get a shout later. So I'm not, part of me is like, yeah, we don't need him twice on the graphic, but I'll be willing to concede that. Some other guys in contention, Sean Abayev might just score 20 a game, especially with Jizzle James gone. Then again, he's also at Cincinnati, so maybe like his team's going to be in a lot of rock fights where they put up 55 points. So maybe you knock him for that. I think Tunde Yusufu needs a shot here. I think maybe Darius Acuff could get a mention. Caleb Wilson could as well, just in case this UNC team, they don't really have the guards that are up to par. Maybe they lean on him. But those were like the most notable candidates in my mind.
All right. So a lot of good options here. How many points a game do you think Cam Boozer is going to average?
18 to 19?
18 to 19 a game? Okay. If that's the case, I think he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get Sean Abayev in there, but also like if we think DeBonce is going to be at 18, is Abayev putting up 20 a game? He might, like since he doesn't have a soul.
They might score more. I like for Abayev. I'm having to talk myself into it with like the Baba Miller and Mustafa Tom front court. In my mind, that's a nasty front court.
I want better for you. You just that also maybe kind of.
You see, you can see the vision for it. I think Cincinnati's going to stink, but Avayev should shoot like 12 plus times a game. He's going to get those shots up.
It just feels weird doing top three scoring and leaving out Debance or like leaving out one of Debance or Boozer doesn't feel right.
So you think we just need to go with the big three?
No, I think we need to choose to leave. Okay, hear me out here. I think Debance I think Debanza edges out Cam Boozer just because I don't know if Cam Boozer is going to be like. I feel like they got other guys on the team to score. I feel like
Yeah.
he's the guy on the list too who won't care either if he doesn't score either,
Hmm.
which I think
That's
will
a good point.
kind of inherently bring it down a little bit.
I'm with you. He is like consummate teammate, going to do plenty of facilitating. So I'm good to put Debonsa at two. Honestly, I'd probably lead one of Tunde Yesufu and Sean Abaya for number three. But there's a chance that Yesufu still is like it might take him some time offensively, don't you think? Because I know
Uh,
he's more of the physical specimen defender at this point,
yeah,
whereas Abayev is like one of the pure bucket getters in this class.
let's go Sean Abayev.
All right, we can do Abayev for three.
All right, I like that. Do you want to do rebounds next?
Yes. Rebounds here. I have my top two are like can't see anybody edging either of them. I have Hans Steinbach one and I have Cam Boozer two.
That's special. I feel
You
like
can
Hans.
flip flop them if you really want to, but
No, I like it to be honest with you. And I was funny. I was having this conversation earlier with G because we were talking about like how last year the Big Ten freshmen were so good and product. Like to make all Big Ten freshmen last year, like there was got Wesley Yates was held off because you had like Jace, Dylan Harper, all those guys. This year, not as much, but Heinz
Mhm.
Steinbach is a freshman, and he's going to be really good. And if that, I mean, we saw at the U19, he was putting up rebound games that like not like 12 rebound games. I'm talking about like 20 rebound games.
Can I give you some Hans Steinbach stats from this was against Ratio Farm Ulm, which is I believe Ratio Farm is their sponsor. Ulm is where they play. The team that had Noah Essengay and Ben Seraph, two first round draft picks. This was in the semifinals in the top domestic league in Germany. Steinbach played in that. They lost 3-2 to Ulm, but he had games of he put up 16 and 9, 16 and 7, 13 and 10, 17 and 10, and 18 and 7. He had no fewer than 7 rebounds in all 5 of these games in the best league in his country against a lottery pick in Noah Essengay and Ben Seraph, who was a late first rounder. Like he's played really high level basketball. I'm in love with this kid's game. I think you, as a big man, I know you got to appreciate his work on the glass. His anticipation is incredible. He's so good at sealing off guys, boxing out, just like carves out space with his body, has long arms. I like want to believe in Washington so badly because I love Hans Steinbach so much.
I'm with you 100% on that one. All right, so third, so a couple options here. One that I'm actually it. What is the rebounding situation going to be with North Carolina?
I think Caleb Wilson has a chance to be the leading rebounder. I'm not entirely sold on Vasar as a rebounder to where
Yeah.
Wilson, it wouldn't be surprising if Wilson put up like 7 or 8 rebounds a game, but there's also a chance just with him being on the slimmer side, he could be closer to like 6.5 or something,
Yeah,
five to
I
six.
mean, some other players that could possibly be in this spot. Um, it's a long shot, but Jaden Toombs was a really good rebounder at the high school level. He'll be playing for SMU.
Hmm.
Chris Sinak, the starting center for Houston, like you have to rebound to play on Houston.
That's a good
Um,
point. I didn't think about that with
but
Sinak.
also like Tugler could eat at his rebounds. Is there any ones I'm missing that you kind of want to get like Koa Pete maybe?
Yeah, Koa Pete was my third. I think he should.
Yeah, I like
Honestly,
Koa.
I think he'll probably be the best rebounder. I like him better than Krivas. Well, maybe Awaka, but I mean, Pete's just a different level of talent, and I love his motor, so I'm good with
Yeah,
him at third.
let's go Koa Pete third on that one.
Want to do assist next?
Let's do assist next.
You already know who number one is, Cart.
Who is it?
How's that?
Michael?
Michael, baby.
You think he's gonna pass like that, huh?
I think so. He's a true point
He
guard.
is a true point. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit because he's such a good scorer. I like
Mhm.
that. Okay.
I had Michael one. I had my guy Neoklas Avdilas number two.
You're crazy.
I will fight for Avdilas being top three. Um, Caden Lewis deserves a mention.
You think
Caden, Bo-
you think the other boozer makes his way there?
I have Caden Boozer definitely under consideration.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Caden Lewis was a pretty good shout. Trying to look through maybe some other options that you have here. Jerry Easter would be mad at me if I didn't put him here. My dog Big East. Oh, let's see here. No, I feel like it's gotta be oh, I don't
Is there a world where Jalen Harrelson gets there?
I was wondering like playing next to Burton, just a pretty good passer. He'll play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like in Struz's system too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's think a little outside the box here. Let's go Jalen Harrelson.
Okay, so we definitely want Michael Brown Jr. We want Jalen Harrelson. There are going to be people who
I'm
don't
fine with
know.
Neo. I like him.
Okay.
I didn't know he's passing like that. I just know he's a dog.
I think Neo's a nasty passer. There are definitely going to be people who see this on Instagram and don't know us and don't know that we have our guys who are like, "Why is Jalen Harrelson on the list?" That's what you get when you go to Sleepers Media, though.
Well,
You get our guys
I
shining.
still wish he came to my school, man. I miss you, Jalen. I miss you, Stinker Butt. Uh, what any other categories we want to do?
We'll hit steals,
Okay,
blocks, and 3-point percentage.
beautiful. All right, let's do steals next. I actually think Caden Lewis could be number one at this.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just I think he's gonna compete. I think he's gonna play a lot. You could also do Caden Boozer here. Sneakily, Mikel's actually a solid. Like, so is there like I don't know. The thing is like when you think like steals, it's not always like guys that are good on defense. I feel like we got to pick some guys that are in
Mm.
systems that'll help them get steals.
Yeah, I think Kingston Fleming definitely could be on there. Tunde Yesufu, if we want to go with like give him his due for being a good
Let's
defender.
go. Let's go Tunde one.
I would throw Shelton Henderson in there just because I think that's kind of his calling card defensively.
Do we want to put Shelton or do we want to put Isaiah Harwell in here?
Do we just put both Houston guards on there with Fleming and Harwell?
Let's do Isaiah Harwell at second, and let's do Kingston
Kingston
Fleming
Fleming's
third.
third.
You
All
got
right,
you got to
cool.
check at Houston.
I feel good about that. Blocks, I had Chris Sinak one. We can just keep our Houston love going.
I love that. All right, so we'll have Snack one. I think Boozer might be two, man.
Well, I'm leaving here with something, and Caleb Wilson's getting on this list for blocks.
He can be third.
Can we put him up? We already got Cam on here for rebounds. Give me Caleb Wilson over
They didn't
Boozer.
post any basketball footage. If this was a who can get through the obstacle course in the Dean Dome fastest, I put Caleb Wilson one. But until I
Uh,
see some hoop stuff, Caleb's
Caleb
going
Wilson's got to
third.
be three. All right, that should be good motivation. Can I give one random shout out for actually this will I do have a bonus category that we'll get to. My honorable mention is Sheik Pearson.
Who?
Sheik Pearson, he reclassed into 2025. He's playing at Marquette, was on Brad Beal Elite, had a great
Oh yeah,
Peach
yeah, yeah,
Jam.
yeah, yeah. I did see him.
He's that dude who's super bouncy, dunks everything, and when you look at this Marquette front court, they need him to play. So I want Sheik to be recognized, even though I'm not a Shaka guy, not a Marquette believer this year, but I'm good with Sinak, Boozer, and Wilson.
Okay, he can be recognized. All right, 3-point percentage.
I got two guys I want on this list for sure.
I think Braylon Mullins has to be on this list as one.
Braylon's my one. Number two, I want Malik Thomas.
You think Thomas would be better than A Cup shooting wise?
I do, yeah. Malik Thomas, dude, his shot looks so good. It's just like aesthetically pleasing to watch.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so we got him. We got Braylon Mullins, Malik Thomas, and we got a third spot.
I considered Matthew Abel for NC State.
Dude, the film on him, he's been looking nasty.
Yeah, he's really good. I'd consider Cole Rosario. I think that's his role for Kansas. We already gave our Notre Dame love to Jalen Harrelson, but I at least wanted to throw Ryder Frost a mention. Shout out Middlesex Magic.
What about Kyan
Uh,
Anthony?
is Kyle Anthony that good of a shooter? Or is he more of just like
He's more of a
a
scorer, mid-range guy, I suppose. Oh, who? I want to make sure we're not missing anyone here. Can Derek Dixon shoot?
Derek Dixon? Apparently, like the sources out of Chapel Hill are saying that he's like one of the best shooters in the gym.
Ah, not the
If that's his
South.
cover.
Not the Souths.
Yeah, not the Souths, but
Not the
yeah.
Souths.
I got Caleb Wilson on blocks. I don't need Dixon as well. We could put Matthew Abel there if we want.
I kind of want to put Rosario.
All right, then let's you don't have to I mean
Uh,
you don't have to talk me into bumping out the NC State player. Let's throw Cole Rosario on there.
I like him actually. I do think he could. I think he become a guy eventually, like just like clear role player. Eventually, like get take that path to like get to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saying he's Ochai, but I'm saying like that
Mhm.
4 year guy for Kansas. If Bill Self is there 4 years and he makes his way and kind of is good in that one. All right, are you good on categories for that topic?
Yeah, the bonus category was just going to be guys who we fall in love with that we swear are going to be 10-year vets when they're actually probably not that good.
First one is Billy White the third.
So
That's
you're wow.
for me. That I will not get away from that. No way. I can't do it. Cam Ward also will be on that list. And then third might be like Winters Grady.
For me, Ryder Frost is definitely on my list. Sheik Pearson, I already mentioned him. I like the Cam Ward shout out a lot. I'm like, oh, Nick Lewis is another one who
Yeah, I'm so upset that like they're saying Ahmad Noel hasn't been that great because like I like the Noel Nick Lewis thing for me was gonna be scenes.
I know, and I don't know if Nick Lewis has been that good either, but
Yeah,
I want to
did you just
believe.
give another writer? Are we Notre Dame guys this year, Riley?
Oh,
If we are, let me know.
I am all in on the Notre Dame Vortex this year.
Okay. All right. I'm willing to
That's
go. I'm willing to take this journey with you if you allow me.
I would gladly love if you would take Carter. Will you accept this Shamrock?
I will. Thank you. I did ask for flowers. I did ask for a dandelion, but a shamrock will work just fine. Thank you, Riley. That was a fun topic. I enjoyed that one. A lot of good freshmen this year across college basketball. Topic number two. Topic number one was a lot of fun, Riley. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's keep the momentum going.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with this projecting points per game that y'all have been doing. You know I'm gonna get on this action. I want to project the points per game for my rivals. I want to talk about Duke.
Ooh.
And I'll start off with some numbers for you. So, off the top of your head, what do you think Duke averaged as a team last year in terms of points per game?
So I know that they were impeccable points per possession wise. Like
Yes.
it was like, were they the number one offense in the country?
I think they were.
I want to say they averaged 80, 80, 87.
That I would have guessed somewhere between like 85 to 88. They only averaged 83.2 points per,
Really?
or excuse me, points per game. Yeah. I guess, I mean, probably because the defense was so good that they still won every game by 30 that mentally it was like, oh yeah, they're putting up 90 night in, night out.
Right.
23, 24, they averaged 78.6 points per game. 22, 23, they only averaged 72 points per game. So that really had me thinking where I'm like, man, I really thought some of these Duke teams were more prolific offensively. And this is truly not meant as a dig at my rival, but I just wanted to at least give a baseline. I thought if last year's team scored 83 points per game, I say like maybe we try to add up to 82 in terms of the players with projecting here. Like have them take a small step back. I don't think the defense will be as good as last year, but I still think the offense, like I think it's going to be another top five-ish offense
Top
again.
five.
So
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's go 85 points. I mean, it's a good baseline because I feel like we did the Purdue one and we're like on average 87, and that would be like the one of the top kind of ones. So 82 kind of feels right. But okay. So we'll start with our leading scorer, Cam Boozer.
yeah, Cam Boozer.
Cam Boozer. And we say Cam Boozer is going to average.
I
Get
say
it?
18.4, and here's my rationale behind it. You and Greg give Duke a lot of love on this show, and I understand. I understand they have deserved it over the past year. Greg said that quote unquote, I think this was in yesterday's episode or Wednesday's episode, maybe, where he said, oh, Duke folks think he's going to average 19 and 11. Brendan Marks saying better than they expected. I want them to not even be able to round up to 19, so you get 18.4.
That.
Give me a little bit of pettiness.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go with that. That feels good. All right. Now, second leading scorer on Duke.
See,
Could
I think
you got
you and
different options here,
I know, I think you and I might be on at odds on this one. I think it's going to be Dame Sar. I like him better than Isaiah Evans.
but the streets are telling me it's Sebastian Wilkins.
How good do you think Sebastian Wilkins is actually?
He does look really good, man.
I know J Man loves him, and I trust J Man's eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just looking like where, like, the wing rotation is going to be fascinating to monitor. Like, my biggest question marks with Duke are at the one and the five, but like two through four, they're going to be nasty. With Sar, I lean on the pro experience. I think he's really dynamic with the ball in his hands. That he's, we've been in conversations with national media folks who viewed him as more of a project when he came over. But like from what I've watched of this kid, I don't really think he's going to have much trouble getting off his own offense.
Yeah, and also I feel like in the stuff I see, he plays very well off of Boozer, like plays well off of others, like kind of has like that sense of knowing what to do. Maybe it's from like being in the Barcelona system, playing with some other good players. He knows how to operate while also being good. I will go with that because I have this theory that Isaiah Evans is going to be good this year, but I feel like he's going to like let people down who have him way too like high up there, if you know what I'm saying. Like I'm an Isaiah Evans guy, but
Hmm.
like I think he's a little bit more heat checky than he is star wing.
I'm in agreement with you on that. I know what like his North Mech tape says, where he had the ball in his hands all the time and had no issue shooting off the bounce, getting to his pull up jumpers. But
Spitting on people, not intentionally, but like everything I saw from him in high school, he gets so hype and claps so hard that he just spits everybody.
facts. It seems like that was throughout his senior year, where there's like every week a new YouTube video was added of him jawing at some fans. But like everything he did last year was created by his teammates. And to me, Sar just seems like a safer bet in terms of a guy you can give the ball to and he can make something happen late in the shot clock than Evan. So I think they'll both probably be between somewhere between 12 to 14 points per game. I'd give Dame Sar like probably a slight tick below 14 points per game and give Evans like a slight tick above 13 points per game. Like I'm talking 13.1 for Evans, 13.9 for Sar or something like that. Would you
All
make
right,
any?
let's go 13.9 for Sar. We're gonna go 13 straight for Evans,
All right, I'm good with that.
just because I I like to be in control. So
After that, who do you think is the fourth leading scorer?
hear me out here. Hear me out greatly here. Are we sure it's not Big Pat?
I just don't know how much he'll be asked to do offensively. To me, I know the sell on him coming out of Paul the Sixth was like has the ability to make reads at the top of the key, play out of dribble handoffs. From what we saw last year, he was almost exclusively a play finisher, and that's where I'm a little bit hesitant to say he's going to have a bigger role. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if anyone, it could be anyone out of like the Caden Boozer, Nick Hamenia, Sebastian Wilkins. Maybe you throw Pat in that tier as well for someone who could
Well, I
emerge.
guess I'll ask you this. Do you only have three guys on Duke scoring double figures?
Probably, but I don't mean that as a negative. I just think that like Pat Gongba, Caden Boozer, Nick Hamenia, and Sebastian Wilkins could all score between like 6 to 8 points
Right,
a
if you
game.
just put all those guys in depth, it could add up. All right, so let's just hold on. Let me so sometimes get if you only think that three guys are gonna be up there, that's actually fine if you only do the do the rest of the guys here. But just real quickly here, just so you have an idea of like where we're at basically. You have Boozer at 18.4 a game. We have Dame Sarr at 13.9, and we have Isaiah Evans at 13 even. That gives you 45.3 right there. So to get to that 82 number, you need kind of guys in the middle range there.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to say? I mean, if you want to put Gongba at like 7 points per game, I'd have no issue with that. If we want to go with him number four,
I
seven to
feel like
eight.
he might be in a group of guys like between legit like 8 and 6.
Yeah. Do we want?
So
If we want to put Gongba at seven something and Caden Boozer at like six something, or them both at seven, I'm cool with that.
let's go Big Pat with 7.4.
Okay, I'm good with that.
And we're gonna go. Do we think Caleb Foster is here or Caden Boozer?
I like Caden Boozer so much more than Caleb Foster. I think he's better already. I'm sure Foster will get the crack at starting just because he's been there and he's stuck around and didn't leave. But I just think Caden Boozer's so much more talented.
Let's go Caden Boozer 7.1.
I'm good with that.
All right, so in no order, but some other players who are going to score points on this basketball team. Caleb Foster is one of them. Nick Kamenia, Sebastian Wilkins. Am I forgetting anybody?
Malik Brown, but he's not a big scorer.
Malik Brown, but what did Malik Brown average last season?
He might average like 6 or 7 points per game.
Yeah, I mean, if he's playing like backup center minutes on this team, he
Wow, he
averaged
only averaged 2.5 points.
really. That seems
Dang,
so much
man.
more impactful.
I know. I mean, he was so good defensively. He was someone who I thought was like a pressure heavy scheme merchant and was not that good of a defender, but he was so
Pressure heavy
impactful.
scheme merchant. That's quite the phrase.
I'm like hesitant to say a Red Autry merchant because it's not like there's no such thing, but Red Autry will put some pressure on ball handlers and let you gamble for steals. And I thought Malik Brown took advantage of that, but he was so good last year to where I know he's got to be sick at least somewhat deep down, going from averaging 10 points a game his last year at Syracuse to 2.5. But
Yeah.
uh,
All right. So I think that given everything I've seen, I feel like Sebastian Wilkins is next.
you think you're taking him over Herminia?
I think so, yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Let's go Sebastian Wilkins. I think what do you think? Like 6.4?
Yeah, let's go 6.4 for Wilkins. That
Let's
sounds good.
6.4 for Wilkins. All right. So with those three guys now, we were at 45. Then we have plus 7.4 plus 7.1 plus 6.4. We are at 66.
Okay, I feel good about this. So we have 16 points left, and we got to hit on Caleb Foster, Nick Kamenia, Malik Brown, and then whatever generalizations we want to go for the bench.
Yeah, so Caleb Foster, probably Nick Kamenia next.
Yeah, he strikes me as someone who's going to put up like 4.5 to 5 points per game, but he'll have a couple big outings where he comes off the bench and gives you like 13 or something.
Yeah, he
But
might average 5 and get drafted on some
yeah,
Nick Kamenia shit. Let's go. You want to go 5.2?
two. Yeah, look at us.
Look at us. Don't be. Uh, and then are we disrespecting Caleb Foster having him all the way down here?
No.
Okay. Caleb Foster with What do we want to? Okay, we
He
call
averaged 4.9 big points last year. Do we want to bump him up to five? Do we want to bump him up to 5.1?
it five even.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
It's five. All right, so we are at 76.4 right now. Do we just? So the last person would be Malik.
Hmm. Man, maybe we do need to bump Foster up a little bit or bump Hamini up. Wait, are you sure we're at? So how many points do we have left?
I did the. Uh, we should have. We're at 76.4 right now.
76.4. So there's 6 points. I mean, I'm good to say Malik Brown gets. Honestly, if you want to give Malik Brown like 5 points or 6 points, I could see just because there's a bigger need, there's more opportunity in the front court this year than last year.
Okay, actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. There's 6 points left. We're gonna give four to Malik. He's
Hmm.
gonna average four. And then with the two left,
One to Heminia, one to Caleb Foster.
yeah, let's do that. So we got
All right.
Kamini at 6.2 and Foster at six, a big six.
Big
Big,
six, big.
big six. All right, so just to recap here. Cam Boozer 18.4, Dame Sar 13.9, Isaiah Evans 13 straight, Big Pat 7.4, Caden Boozer 7.1, Sebastian Wilkins 6.4, Nick Kaminia 6.2, Kayla Foster a big six, and then Malik Brown with four to get us to right around 82 points a game for the Blue Devils, who will finish where in the ACC, Riley?
Second,
That,
you already know. You
good
already
luck.
know.
That was fun, Riley. Appreciate you. Topic number three, last but certainly not least, Mr. Davis, please.
Carter, you know I wasn't gonna get on here and talk about Duke without closing with the real flagship program in North Carolina. You feel me? We're projecting the points per game for your North Carolina Tar Heels
Why would you lead with Duke?
because I wanted to close with Carolina. Save the best for last.
They the best for okay. So how many points? I know you already know this. How many points did UNC average last season?
80.7. They averaged 81.9 the year before. They averaged 76.2 the year before that. Horrible year. Don't even think about it. Missed the tournament. 77.9 in Hubert's inaugural season. I'm good to put them right around 80 total points per game.
Can I do 79 because I want to see you squirm?
All right, fine. 79. 79 is probably a little more realistic. I think this team probably won't score quite as much as last year's, but they should be way better defensively. Please be better defensively. I beg of you, Hubert, if you can hear me.
So, all right, 79 points per game. Who do we have as the leading scorer on this team?
Caleb Wilson.
More than Luca?
I think he's more than Luca, yeah.
All right, so what does Caleb Wilson average?
Like 16 to 16 and a half.
16 to 16. I'll meet you in the middle there, and we will go 16.3.
I'm good with that.
That work? All right, Luca second.
I have Luca second. I think he's right around 15.
Luka Bogovic. We will go with I'm gonna give him 15.5. He's my guy. I think he's
Oh,
gonna be
let's
close.
go.
I think he's gonna be close to being the leading scorer, man. He's nice.
I agree with you. I've also mentioned I've seen him on campus twice this week. Just know he is going to class. He's not just an online class kind of guy. I love that he's immersing himself into the culture. Yeah, I'm good.
Didn't even okay. I like to take him down to 13.5.
Oh no, 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 no. I take it back. I take it back.
I'm best. All right. So third, I feel like we're gonna have different opinions on this one. I think it's still Seth Trimble.
I would have gone Henry Vasar.
The Seth disrespect is insane.
You know what? We can put Seth at like 12 and have Vasar a tick under 10 at like 9.5 or
You
something.
know what? Because you hesitated, I'm gonna give Seth Trimble 11.1.
Hmm.
And then are those the only guys in double figures?
Yeah.
All right, so I got to do my only guys in double figures reset that I feel like is a staple of this exercise. We have 16.3 plus 15.5 plus 11.1. That has us at basically 43 points.
So we're over halfway to what we're trying to get, which
Yep.
is fine. I think the bench guys probably won't score a whole lot. Although Vasar to me, yeah, I think Vasar's probably at like 9 points per game.
Okay, let's go Vasar at I think he's gonna get some. I think he's gonna flirt with it. We're gonna put him at 9.7.
Okay. Yeah, he scored like nine and a half a game last year in 20 minutes. He's gonna play 30 minutes for UNC. That's why I think maybe he'd be over Seth, but I also don't think there's gonna be four guys averaging in double figures. That's it's
Let's get him 10.1, just barely.
all right. Let's do it.
Actually, no, barely. We can't have four guys. 9.9,
Okay, 9.9. I'm cool with.
which will basically end up being when it gets down to it, it'll end up working into the points. Great, not a math podcast. I can't believe we're actually doing this for every team. All right. So we have Caleb Wilson, Luca, Seth, Vasar.
What's that put us at? Let's
That
see.
should put us, let's see here, because we're at 43 plus 9. So that would, 43 plus 9, that would put us at what? 50, 52.
52.
It is 50. We're so bad at math, man.
So we got 26 points to play with. And with those 26 points, the only guys who I could see being scorers, I mean, it's going to be some combination, in my opinion, of like Kyan Evans, Jonathan Powell, Derek Dixon. Believe like Jaron Stevenson, not a big time scorer. See him being like the 4 to 5 range. And after that, I mean, whoever the backup five is, whether it's Zayden High or James Brown, they might be like a point and a half to two per game. So I think we want to like spend the bulk of our 26 on Kyan, Jonathan Powell, and Derek Dixon.
So I'd like to make an effort for John. What are Jonathan Powell's minutes going to look like, you think? So I do think he can score.
Yeah, I do too. That's like kind of the fun side for UNC this year. I know I'm like pessimistic a lot and I complain about the state of the program, but yeah, the glass half full side of me is like there's some dudes who can score here. There's a lot of variables here where like Jonathan Powell could end up stealing a starting spot from Kyan Evans, I think, and giving you close to double figures too. I feel like the safe bet for Powell is like 7.5, 8 points a game, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Do you think that's above Evans? Like right now, I'm trying to get like, do you want Evans next or do you want Powell next?
I would say like Jonathan Powell 7.5, Kyan Evans 7.2.
Okay, so we're going to Kyle Evans 7.2, Powell 7.5.
So then that leaves like Jaron Stevenson and Derek Dixon to split the rest pretty much.
Yeah, because plus 9.9 plus 7.2 plus 7.5. Yeah, you basically have. What, did I miss somebody? I didn't miss Vaso, did I? So I have us at 67. Basically, I have us at, sorry, 68 points.
I think that's right. Hold on, I'm double checking.
Because that means, so you do, what, you have 11 points left?
7.5. We have 11 and a half points left. Yeah.
Do you think that's split between two guys? Or because you have Stevenson, right?
Yeah, I would say like maybe Stevenson 6, Dixon 5.5.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's rock with that.
Okay. I like that. All right. So we have Caleb Wilson, leading scorer, 16.3. Luka Bogovic, 15.5. Seth Trimble, 11.1. Vasar, 9.9. Kyan Evans, 7.2. Jonathan Powell, 7.5. Jaron Stevenson, 6. Derek Dixon, 5.5 for 79 points for your heels, our heels, for the heels that we'd like to see footage of so I could properly actually break this down. Because as we did Duke, I got to lean on the footage that I saw from the what is it, the blue Duke planet, blue planet, what is it?
Duke Blue Planet, yeah.
Yeah, well, can I get the
The Carolina Blue Planet?
yeah, come on,
Like
man,
people,
The Argyle planet. Where is it?
especially considering people actually say Carolina Blue. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I love Duke Blue."
Hey, Riley, I mean, there's only so much we can only want something so much for somebody. They have to want it for themselves, you know?
Well said.
We
Well
really
said.
do. Oh God. Hopefully someone reads my comment. Thank you for that episode though. Or sorry, that topic, Riley. Let's go ahead and get to the one. One big thing presented by the great night's sleep we're gonna get after we finish this up. Riley, the floor is yours.
Carter, you're gonna hate my one big thing today.
Oh no.
I got to start out with a call, a noise, a cadence, if you will.
Please.
Ah!
Oh my.
Ah! Ah!
Is this about chance?
His new album is good, man. I'm sorry. I regret to inform you, he came back with a vengeance. It's got hits. I will say this, my official review, 16 track album. You could cut six of those tracks. It should be a 10-track album. The misses on this album are Cade Tyson off the side of the backboard bricks. They're not just like your ordinary misses, but the 10 songs that are good are very good. And if you want me to truly dip into my music critique bag, I would say, the negatives, some of the beats, like in the vocals, the way they mesh, the mixing sounds a little bit off. And there are times where I think he tries to sound really profound lyrically and it comes across as cliche and corny. But as a whole, a lot of the songs, they have some of that old, like Chicago soulful vibe we came to expect from him. He does get in his bag lyrically in several of these tracks. And it's low key been on repeat in my car for the past week.
Understood. Understood. I would Vincent Van Gogh both my ears before I put that godforsaken man over my speakers. You just tried to sell me on an album that went 10 for 16. Do you know what 10 divided by 16 is, Riley?
What is it?
62%.
I would give it like a solid 7 out of 10 rating. So yeah, like the 10 good ones are good.
Understood.
10 good ones are good. So I'm not.
I wish your parents were up right now. I would call them and ask them what their reaction would be if you came home giddy face with a 7 out of 10 on your assignment. I know Tavo would rip you a new one.
They would be very disappointed. Yes, but
Yeah, as I
look.
am in you for trying to push this album propaganda. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm not saying it's album of the year. It's a fun listen, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It has high replay value. Just skip the songs you don't like. I'm happy with. I don't need a super long album. Like your guy Gunna. If when I look at a track list and I see 25 songs, I'm like, look, man, I'm not trying to sit down for 2 hours of this. Give me your 10 best ones. That's really all you're gonna get my attention span for anyway.
I actually asked my mother to watch Leon for an extra hour, so I had time for Gunna last Wednesday, and it meant the world to me. I was emotional because it was special, and it was 25 for 25. That's
There's
perfect.
no way it's 25 for 25.
I would never lead you astray. I want to buy hard copies of Chance album just so I could skip them across Woodward. For all my Michigan people, it's a major road here, but
Are you good at skipping rocks?
I was special. I still am special at skipping rocks, like
Yeah.
legit.
Wow, I didn't realize this Gunna album truly does have 25 songs on it.
Yeah, it's 25 25 too, by the way.
All right. I'll tap in this weekend and give you my review.
All right, moving on here. So as many people know, I am on, a little bit of a health fitness kind of journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the gym, try to eat as right as possible, and whatever results come from that, I'm just gonna go ahead and accept them because it's life. But my downfall is like I just legit I like sweets, all right?
Mhm.
Mainly candy. It's like sour candy, right? So I've been trying to find like alternatives to like get me in a spot where I can like have that and not feel guilty about it. I've had Smart Sweets, which are solid. Like I don't mind Smart Sweets, but they don't taste like sour candy to me. They taste like something I don't really want. I bought these today. I saw them on TikTok. They're called Joyride Uncommon Candy. 4 grams of sugar for 4 pieces of strips, 70 calories, like all very clean ingredients, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these a try right now. The person on the TikTok claim that they're like those. Have you ever seen those sour strip candies in the store?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what these are supposedly like. So if these are a hit, then I'm gonna recommend everyone buys these because I need something to serve this sweet tooth that I okay. Visually, we're off to a good start here. These do look good. Let me go ahead and pull one of these strips off here. I mean it feels and looks like the actual like sour candy rope things
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. And this one is sour pink lemonade. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. Riley,
What's the rating? Better than
Riley,
7 out of 10?
Riley, Riley Edward. These are the ones.
Really?
No, like these are so it's 4 pieces, which is good. Like this 4 pieces, seven like this is the perfect like heal the sweet tooth thing and not
Hmm.
feel guilty about it. This is a game changer. It's at Target. They have other flavors. I will be going back to try the other ones. Shout out to Joyride Uncommon Candy, Ryan Trahan's pick. I don't know who that is, but Ryan, love you, pal. These are fantastic.
Yeah, I will be emailing them to see if we can get a sponsorship.
Please, shout out to Rollback too, by the way. Riley, shout out to you for once again taking this journey with me, this spiritual journey as it always is. We will be back next Friday, full episode. D Crump, I didn't forget about you either. I got the comment written down. Like, subscribe, tune in. Sleepers Media. The season is approaching. We will see y'all there.